to the first video on the channel. I am Nomad, and yeah, we'll be recreating the unicorn from Skandar and the Unicorn Thief book series by AF Steadman. So first, before we get into it, let's do a quick demonstration of what we can do on our unicorn. So let me hop onto the unicorn. Mine's named Sue, by the way. And so you can use it as a normal horse, not the spoilers. But if I spawn a skeleton, you can see that I have a shield ability. Wait, no, not shield. That's also spoilers. I have a fireball. It deals a fair bit of damage, 15 damage actually. It goes through mobs, it's actually kind of like getting hit by a truck. It does have a range. You can't hit any mobs more than 25 blocks away. So you do have to get used to seeing that. But if I spawn a skeleton here, you can see that if I pop into survival mode, it'll shoot arrows at me, but I can easily block it with a shield of fire because I'm a fire wielder and fire wielders have fire magic, duh. And yeah, just gotta block it there, not too hard. Even if I spin around, the arrows can't get through. It's, well, it's not super OP, but it's pretty powerful. Although if you get too close, it can still damage because the range is weird. And you do have to be aware of it suffocating you because that's just horses, period. Yeah, our next ability is flight, and it's a bit jittery, but you can't tell me this doesn't look cool. That just looks awesome. This is awesome. This flight is just amazing. It's so cool. When you're getting down, I recommend taking it out and then putting it back in again so you can descend quickly. Oh, almost killed my horse. There have been incidents with skeletons in the past. My horse isn't in great condition. But that's what the medics are for. So, yes, let's get into the commands. Gotta lead up my horse first, though. Put on a hat. Just for funsies, you know, it's just a nice hat. Those are for the flying. That's also for flying. This is for fireball, and this is for the shields. It's pretty. The shield isn't hard. Like the shield is only one command, but it's a lot of particles. But yeah, shield. That's up the shield. It's pretty easy, like I said, a lot of particles. But yeah, let's get right into the commands. So first, we will be summoning an armor stand when you hold the item in your hand. And this is on a delay. Make sure it is on a 20-tick delay. This is so that you don't continuously spam them and lag your world into oblivion. We do not want to lag your world into oblivion, and if you do, it is not my fault. There's a law there somewhere. I don't know. But yeah. It will summon an armor stand renamed to F-ball. And you need to make sure to give yourself the tag R so that all these commands will work. If you don't, you can remove the tag equals R part in these commands, but I recommend having it so no one can steal your horse. I already have the tag, so it's not going to work for me, but if you don't have the tag, it'll work. This will give myself the tag Fireball. This just adds a bit of a further cooldown, so that if I use the ability, it will give me the tag F-ball, which for Fireball. This will remove the tag F-ball if I remove that from my hand. And this will just give invisibility to the Fireball, because otherwise you would have a bunch of random armor stands flying around, and that kind of ruins the effect, you know? I don't really like that. Oh, and the Fireball can destroy leash knobs. I find that fun. It's made me use my horse a couple of times now. This command will teleport the armor stand forward so that it just flies forward. Pretty self-explanatory, actually. This will run the flame particle at it, and this one will play the gas sound at it for ambiance. You probably can't hear it in the video though. And this deals the fire damage at hit. Impact. Hit, burn, I don't know what to call it. But when it hits, it'll deal 15 fire damage. It doesn't source it as the player, but still a lot of damage. And this will it will just kill some items so that it does. So it'll just kill some items and kill any armor stand that gets too far away, because you don't want them flying into oblivion. That would not be fun. Well, it might be fun, but it wouldn't be fun. I don't know. Words is hard. But yeah, these are the flight commands. There's only 2 actual flight commands. This makes it so if you have the black die in your first slot, it will remove the tag flight. wait, no, this is if you don't have it in your first slot. Sorry, I got it all mixed up. This one will give you the tag. I've never done a tutorial before, not my fault. I don't like that leather hat. I don't know why I put it on, but I just put it on. Yeah, these will teleport the armor stands around you. We'll get into the armor stands a bit later. But yeah, this is the shield command. This will remove the tag shield from you if you don't have the blaze rod in hand and you're not next to the unicorn. And this will give you the tag if you're next to the unicorn with the blaze rod in hand. That should work. It worked for me, at least. If it doesn't work for you, then you're doing something wrong. Don't get mad at me. You did a typo or something. But yeah, pretty cool. Honestly, shield's probably my favorite ability. And now we're just doing particles. There's not a ton to the particles. It's just particles. There's I think 9 of them. Wait, no, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of them. 6 of them. They do flow upward a bit, and you can add some more to fill in the gaps. Well, I was fine with the gaps. And if you're not, then you just gotta fill them in. It's not hard. I just didn't put it because I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, do whatever. Now is for the wings part. These are structure void blocks there, and these make it so that we can run the armor stand structures to get them, so that it looks like you have wings. You need a structure block for these, and you need a structure void. I will show you how to get these. You can't really type fast on the device I'm using, but yeah, all you need to do is get a structure block. You can see how 2 options are popping up there. I will only grab one of them, but just change block for void, and you'll be able to get it there. It's not super hard, but you can get it no problem. But yeah, let's get right into the commands. Wait, no, we already got into the commands. I'm confused now. But yeah, grab the structure void, and that's what the void looks like. The void is actually a very interesting block because you can place on it even though it's invisible. It's very useful for maps and things. You may want to keep that in mind if you make a map or something. Structure blocks can save structures that you can load later on, which is what we are currently using them for. But yeah, that's about it for structure blocks and structure voids. We will have to use them. But yeah, you can see how you can spawn them on top of the block. It's pretty useful. But yeah, these, what you need to do is summon an armor stand in the structure void. I recommend doing that before popping the command blocks on top. Make sure all the settings are the same, because otherwise you won't save it correctly. Yeah, the commands on top are mostly all the same, just with some slight variations. It's not super different. But make sure all the settings are the same and they're named the same way, because otherwise it's not going to work. I'm going to give you a look at them all there, even though they're basically the same. Now let's get into the commands for the wings. Yeah, you need to place an armor stand in there and give it a leather hat. If you're doing a black horse, do like netherite. If you do they have gold horses in Minecraft? I don't think they have yellow horses in Minecraft. So, but yeah, if you want a different color, use a different dyed helmet or a different kind of helmet entirely. You could do a black dyed helmet, or you could do a netherite helmet. Basically, just whatever you want. But yeah, these are structure blocks. They're very useful. I use them all the time. But they're not very intuitive, so I may make a tutorial for them later on. But yeah, this just runs, unless there's an armor stand with a tag equals C nearby, it'll run the structure C. And by the way, when you put the armor stands in there, make sure to give them the corresponding tag. So for the structure block C, give it the tag C. For the structure block C2, give it the tag C2. For the structure B, run B, and so on. I say so on, there's only one left. But yeah, just make sure to give them all the proper tags, otherwise it won't work. These are the commands to teleport them around the unicorn, and that command is for the shield. I don't think I showcased that earlier, but that doesn't really matter. You still have the command. Anyway, yeah, those are the commands for the wings. The wings are a lot of extra commands and a lot of extra work for no good reason, but they look so cool that I just don't really care. That'll be it. There's not a ton left to do. Just gotta give you that. And yeah, I'm gonna be silent for this bit. And yeah, that's it for this tutorial. Me and Sue will see you later. This is my first video on the channel. Let me know if you like it. Yeah. That'll be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.